This is the May recap. Made $4,500, lost $2,700 for a net of about $1,800. That's not completely true. I didn't get paid for the last 2 weeks. I messed something up with one of my work payrolls, so that'll reflect in the next one. So it should be about $1,500 or more. We read the book 3 Felonies a Day, which is basically how the government or the feds can target people based off vague incriminations, and there's a whole bunch of laws and stuff. I'm not really big into the whole lawyer thing, and it got recommended from a guy off of YouTube. I think it was good. Now, it wasn't like a very favorable read or listen, but you can see how some circumstances can blur the lines from everything from, as you could imagine, the church, politicians, businessmen. There's even one about doctors with, let's just say Michael Jackson's doctor, for example, prescribing opioids or whatever other medication that they need. Interesting. I think it's a good read, but wouldn't be in the top 20. Workout. So we did 29 out of 31. That's fantastic, because the ones that I have been doing have not been easy at all. It's been a ton of cardio. It's Stu Smith's book, Special Warfare, trying to get our endurance up and stuff. So that's been great. I actually gained 2.5 pounds, which is interesting because I'm doing a whole bunch of cardio. Ran them out in the beginning about 13 minutes on the treadmill. I think it's 7 miles an hour. 45 minutes for a mile swim at the end here. Swimming was actually a pretty big win because I'm not very fast. I can go for a long time, but I'm not very fast. Stock market thoughts. No idea what's going on. I think we went up 15 grand this month as far as the net worth, but we're going to see that in a second here. No idea what's going on in the stock market. Indexes seem to be the safest, and large cap tech, which I don't know. I got no idea. I'm stacking cash for over, 8%, or maybe even 10% now, 30 to 35,000. Oh, it's actually down here. Bank, 12.4 in the bank. Cash in Fidelity, 21.8. So that's bringing to 33.2. 161 in stock. And then 55 and 76, so 120, 131.7 in a retirement account is bringing to a total of 327,300, which I'm assuming, or I think it was at 309, so that should have been 16,000 roughly. A couple notes from the current workouts. Swimming's not bad because I didn't have any goggles, but once I pick up the pace, then it kind of sucks. Run blows. Didn't really like it at all. Hard to keep up with the workouts and also the ambitions like this. Oh, I forgot. The expenses here are a little bit too much higher than normal because this was about $600. This whole setup here. Then some other AI stuff. Getting API keys and trying to learn that stuff. And then some more Chipotle too, just to keep everything rolling cool. But once I get to the week 3, great rhythm, more cardio than I've done since high school. Getting leaner, doesn't really look like it. Visually, it looks like it. Mobility is great, which is much better. And yeah, I just need to do more stretching in zone 3. Well, here's the spending I just talked about. $580, $600 for this. And AI, $200. Yeah. Kind of get that. Alright, who's on the stock chopping block? This is on 22 May. Actually, well, both of them got sold. Delta, we had a 71% return, I think in like a year and a half, whenever they had their flip over landing. So we sold all of that. I did that because it's volatile depending on outside factors and complicates the portfolio. Now, Berkshire Hathaway just did this. Warren Buffett's always said that he didn't want to be in the airlines and stuff, and whatever. I'm not going to butcher his saying, but they just bought Delta, so it must be the new fellow, new CEO. At least I would speculate that. NDAQ, that is NASDAQ Incorporated, not the NASDAQ Composite. Messed that one up. 2.6% roughly, I guess, is what we made from it. $7,300. 2.6%. That one hurts because that one we've been putting in for over a year and a half. So that one burns pretty good. But we're stacking cash right now. Good thing we caught it now. Put an IXIC later, which is the NASDAQ Composite, which has better return averages. The lookout QQQ, which is like basically NASDAQ Top 100. and triple QQQ, or triple leverage. So leverage funds, more volatile. TQQQ I'm going to probably relax on unless she crashes. And then VCX is aggressive indexes on top, or on tech, mostly like startups and stuff. So I guess that has like Anthropic, bunch of private investing opportunities for a fee. How much is the fee? Don't know. Haven't looked into it too far yet. Now if we're going to go outside the US, it'd be EMXC, emerging markets, for diversification. That one excludes China. I looked at two of them, one with China, one without China. This one was much better. SMH, SOXX. These are for semiconductors. SOXX I know is basically an index fund for semiconductors, but those are two that would be on the lookout. And this is more speculative. This is more speculative. Right now I'm liking QQQ, but Amazon for sure, maybe BE, which is Bloom Energy. Yeah, but that's basically that. Now let's go to the fun, simple part. Haven't had any time to color yet. We can see the trend has been very nicely, or very nice. March is the beginning of the Iran war, so we actually went down 13,000. Then we skyrocketed up to 309, and now we're at 327. So $16,000 increase. We have $8.6 thousand less in stock because we sold over $15,000 of it, which now we have 34.2 in cash instead of 18, which this is kind of a skewed number. Some of this was at like maybe $4,000 of cash, so these two kind of balance out. But now since it's such a notable, it's not $4,000. Alright, not to confuse it, this 170 was what was in Fidelity. 4 or 5 grand was in cash. I'm just like, screw it, just do it for simplicity. But now we got a good amount of cash in there, so split it up. And then retirement, I forgot to write that one in. I think that was 131. I'll write that in after. Anyways, 327.3 is that. Unfortunately, this one's kind of died a little bit. Maybe she'll come back later, but everything's been calisthenics so far, so we'll see. That'll conclude May. Kind of a long one, but a lot of things are changing. Don't know what's going on with the stock market. Trying to learn this AI stuff, but don't know what's going on there. And yeah, interesting month, but great for fitness and great for learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.